If you're frustrated having gone on 100 dates, having been in multiple relationships, trying to figure out, is this the right one? Is this the right one? And you're struggling being single, trying to decide, hey, like if I raise my bar too high, then I'm going to stay single because ain't nobody going to meet these standards. But on the flip side, if I have grace and drop it too low and give them second chances and make room for so much human error, then I might end up with a deadbeat. So, how do we cut to the chase and save us the time and energy? Like, what are the hacks to look for when dating so that we can figure out pretty early on if it's a relationship worth pursuing or not? Well, we're going to talk about that today in this video as we go through three sets of threes, three traps to avoid, like completely run. When you see these three things, get out of there. Don't even run. Actually, jump on a cheetah and let the cheetah run for you to get you out of that relationship. Then we're going to talk about three tests. Like, what are some things I can be observing, feedback I can be gathering while interacting with the person to assess whether or not this is a quality person to be dating or not. And then we're going to talk about three traits, things to look for that are really valuable, really important in a long-term relationship. And so let's jump straight in with the traps to avoid. The first one being a lack of character. Where there is no integrity, there is no solid relationship for you. Integrity is about who you are when no one's looking. So I'm not talking about minor quirks. I'm not talking about little things that irritate you about the person's personality. I am talking about heart issues. You cannot change a person's heart. You cannot become more attractive. You cannot work harder. You cannot do anything that will make that person change their heart. If they are cheaters, they are cheaters. If they are liars, they are liars. If they have no integrity, looking at porn, messing around, telling you they're somewhere when they're somewhere else, like that type of stuff, you cannot fix. It is a lack of integrity. You can teach skills. When I hire people, for example, in our company, I'm looking for heart, not skills. I need someone who is honest with us. I need someone who loves the company and wants it to succeed. I need someone who has a work ethic and is committed to growth. I can teach them how to answer phones. I can teach them how to coach clients in coaching sessions. I can do that, but I can't teach heart. You can explain to somebody, hey, look, when you around this house, come and visit me while we're dating, go ahead and pick up after yourself. I ain't your mama. I ain't your dad. Like, we could do that. Okay. But would you please love me more? Would you please respect me more? Like, no, they're not going to change their heart because you're begging them to. Character is in place. Look for character. And if they don't have it, run. Jump on the first cheetah and let it carry you up out of that relationship. Deuces. Number two, you want to look for security because when someone is insecure, it is a deal breaker because it will cause so much problems in every other area of your relationship. Insecurity will show up as controlling, domineering. It will also show up as neediness and clinginess. Like, hey, I texted you 5 minutes ago. Where are you at? Why are you not responding to me? Oh, really? Really? Whoo. Look, insecurity is a damaging component to relationships because it imposes the responsibility on you to fix their broken heart that you are not capable of fixing. We all have a God-sized hole in our hearts. And yes, all of us struggle with insecurities, but the people who take those insecurities to Christ and learn to find security in Him are able to channel the love of Christ in their lives and find enough security through that relationship that it's not wreaking havoc with the person that they're dating. You want to find somebody who has a certain level of security in Christ that isn't depending on you to fix them and make them right and complete them and just relying on you for all those emotional needs constantly. Find someone with integrity, find someone with security, and number three, someone with the right motive. Why are they dating you? If they are dating you because, oh, you're so beautiful, or oh, you work so hard, and what does that do for me? Oh, that makes me feel like I got good arm candy. Oh, that makes me feel like I'm safe and secure. And so, like, the person is in a relationship with you because of what you can give them. You complete me. I can't live without you. Well, then who is this relationship about? Is it about us or is it about you? You see what I'm saying? Why are they dating you? If they are dating you because of what they get from you or what they get out of you, and that's the only motive, for the relationship or the main driving motive, run. Find a cheetah and run. You want someone who is in a relationship with you because they see how they can add value to your life. Yes, they're going to get something out of it. Of course, they're in a relationship and they're benefiting from it. And of course, they like the fact that you're beautiful or you're a hard worker or you're whatever they're filling in the blank with. That's wonderful. But if that is the driving reason why and the main thing, like, then no. You want someone who's in that relationship because they see, hey, you have XYZ for your goals. I can help you get there and I'm the best person for it. You should be with me. Like, that's kind of what you want to be looking for, is somebody who has the right motive as to why they are pursuing you or wanting to be in a relationship with you to begin with. Now, how do we test the person? I know that sounds bad, but man, look, this is dating. You best be looking for things and observing things and assessing things and getting feedback. And so, a couple of things we can do in order to really kind of get a good read on people is to look for these three tests. The first one is, how do they treat the people they are mad at? Because, honey, one day she gonna be mad at you. Or wait, honey, if I'm saying honey, I'm talking to the women, right? So, honey, one day he gonna be mad at you. Dog, one day she gonna be mad at you. And whatever they do with the people they're mad at now is what they're gonna do when they're mad at you. Okay. So do they talk bad about the people who left? How do they talk about their friends whenever the friendship spoils? How do they talk about their ex? How do they talk about their boss? Like, what is going on from their interactions with the people that they're mad at as they're talking with you? Just listen, observe. That's going to tell you a lot about them. That's going to tell you how they're going to treat you whenever they, get upset with you later on down the road. You just learn a lot about people, hearing how they talk about the people that they're mad at. I think it's something wonderful to kind of figure out and poke around at whenever you're first dating with somebody. See how they interact with you and talk about the people they're mad at during those dates. Second thing is, how do they approach y'all's sexuality? Look, we're all tempted whenever we're dating. You're beautiful, you're attractive and handsome, sir, and big, strong, and muscular, and she wants you. And girl, you just a 10. I know he wants you, and y'all just can't resist each other. I get it. Maybe y'all go a little too far when he does. When he kisses you a little bit down your neck right here and he gets a little bit too close, what does he do? Does he continue? Does he pressure you? Does he try to go further, or does he stop and he says, "Oh my God, I'm sorry. Like, this is going too far. We can't do this." Like, how does he interact with you sexually? How does she interact with you sexually? Is she trying to get you to go further than what you're comfortable with? Are they pushing those boundaries? If they are, now you're looking at a lack of integrity. Now you're looking at some strange motives. You're looking at all kind of serious red flags. Right here tells you a whole lot. How are they interacting with you sexually? It will reveal things about their character. It reveals things about how they view God, how they view the scriptures, how they handle temptation. And those things will carry over into other areas of their lives. And so it's a matter of, yes, sexuality, but it's also a matter of integrity and how they handle the whole of, living according to the things of God and whatnot. It just gives you so much insight into the person as to how they handle this particular area. The third thing is, what do they talk about? The Bible says, from the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. What are they constantly bringing up? What are they constantly excited about? Whenever you listen to people talk, you will hear what's going on inside of their hearts. If they're passionate about the relationship, they'll be talking about the relationship. If they're passionate about, what's happening in the magazines, and that's what they're going to be talking about. If they are passionate about working out, they're going to be talking about working out. Whatever's driving their thoughts and their heart is going to be coming out in their speech. You want to look for engagement with somebody whose speech reflects goals, reflects growth, reflects same things that you're after in life. It reflects values. It reflects things that are worth talking about. If it's just constant stupid talk and just wasteful conversation, then you're talking with somebody who doesn't have godly ambition, doesn't want to achieve bigger things. So it gives you insight into how the person is. It's not a deal breaker if they like to talk about, golf and building houses or whatever it is. It's just giving you insight. So things to be looking for. How do they talk about the people they're mad at? How do they handle sexuality? And what do they talk about in general? Now, I want to go into another little component to this, the last three things, the three traits, But as I do that, I want to clarify something. I'm not telling you that these are the three traits you need to look for. I do highly recommend them, but I want you to find your three traits because this is coming from the list that I had back whenever I was single, which included that I wanted her to be an older woman who had a master's degree and was from California. Now, wonderful. Actually, my wife fits all three. But what in the world does that have to do with the quality of my marriage now that I've been married over a decade? Absolutely nothing, dummy. Like, no, Aaron, why did I even care if she was older than me or younger than me? If she could be from California or Louisiana or Norway, like she could be, have a master's degree or never went to college. It doesn't matter. Those were dumb things to have on my list. I want you to have not dumb things on your list, okay? Look for traits that actually add value to your marriage. The number one thing that I have found, and Rick, the reason I'm bringing these up is because my wife has these qualities, and I'm thinking I'm so blessed that I got a woman who has these things, even though it wasn't on my list. But I encourage you to make sure you look for this in the person you marry because it makes a whole lot of difference in the quality of my life. And the first of those is forgiveness. My wife forgives like a puppy dog. Now, I'm still kind of like the Siamese cat type of forgiver. The Lord's working on me, but my wife can forgive. She doesn't bring up the past and hold grudges and do the silent treatment thing. And like, I am blessed. If you get with somebody who can let things go, then nothing can keep holding you down. It is a tremendous trait to have in relationships. And so when you're interacting with this person you're dating, I would be looking for grudges. They're not going to have grudges against you. And I'm not talking about them forgiving you. They're going to forgive you. They're dating you. They're all infatuated with you. Of course, they're going to forgive you. Did they forgive their parents, though? Did they forgive that, that church and that pastor? Did they forgive that abuser? Did they forgive, you know, you get what I'm saying? Look for forgiveness. If they're holding on to grudges and past hurts and it's stemming up and brewing in them, then the names are just going to change and they'll insert your name into the blank later on when they're telling the next person that they're dating about you because they haven't forgiven the things that you've done to them. Look for forgiveness. It's a tremendous trait. Number two, godliness. It was a given. I wouldn't have, in my own case, gotten with somebody who wasn't, in love with God. But when I say godliness, I mean that after I married my wife, I realized that when no one else was around and it was just her, like she still loved God, that she actually had traits that reflected the character and the nature of Jesus Christ in her day to day living, that she carried herself with such grace and character and godliness and kindness and respect for others. I'm like, I learn about Jesus from watching my wife. Like that is something you would just love in somebody that you're dating, somebody that you get married with. Are they godly? Like, in other words, when you read the Bible, particularly the New Testament and the epistles, so the letters in the Bible, and it tells you act like this and don't act like this, and say this and don't say that, and do this and don't do that. Does the person live that? If they do, then they're godly. They're like Christ in character. And if they don't, then they're not. And that is going to be a huge thing in your marriage moving forward. The last thing that I want to mention here with the traits, third one is resilience. My wife can get through anything. My wife could put on a 100-pound backpack and climb Mount Everest. And she's never climbed a mountain before. And I mean that in the like reality, but I mean that like emotionally, like mentally. Like my wife is tough. Like she can get through years of trauma and pain and turmoil and just keep going and keep being graceful and keep moving forward. Like you want somebody who has that ability to push through the hard times, to the ability to get through the hard times in your marriage, the ability to get through the hard times on their job, the ability to get through the hard times in their ministry and their calling. Somebody with resilience is a game changer. Now, I'm sharing these traits with you because they are three traits that I got in my wife without particularly putting them on the list. And now I feel like a dummy for not putting them on the list because they're amazing things to put on the list. But these are things that I want to encourage you to explore. What are the three traits that are truly something that is valuable to you? And it may be hard to see when you're single, but if you can really put yourself into the shoes of what it would be like to be living with somebody for 20 years, I would encourage you to consider putting the right things on the list. And whether it's how big his biceps are, or how much money he has in the bank compared to your ex, or whether she's blonde or if she's tanned, or like, that's dumb. That's really just immature, vain, like not really seeing the full picture. I'm not saying get with somebody ugly. I'm just saying, like, you know what you're looking for and look for the right things. So look, I know we want to lower our standards sometimes because we want to have grace for people. We don't want to be too perfectionistic. But at the same time, grace is just a gift that we give to others. It's not a blindfold that we put on ourselves. So date with your heart, but don't forget to date with your head also.